Greetings and salutations, humans, and welcome to the channel. This is your favorite bot, PutinBot, coming to you live from an undisclosed location here in Northwest Montana. I just want to welcome you all to the video. I hope that y'all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, appreciate you stopping by. If you like what you see, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you're on Rumble, click follow. And if you are on YouTube, please click subscribe. Just helps a whole ton with helping the channel grow. And now, without any further ado, we are going to look at Queen Ava. She is a original legendary from back when Raid was first introduced, old school champion, legacy champion, and she has been a meme for probably the last 4 years. She, how can I put this delicately? She sucked. There's no nice way to put it. She was the legendary that everyone hoped that they didn't get because the only thing she was good for was campaign farming. However, about 2 weeks ago, as of the recording of this video, she got a buff. And so I decided I was going to build this champion out. I was going to see how does she work now. Does the buff make her viable? What does she do? So without any further ado, let's go in, let's take a look at her, let's test her, and let's see just how she goes. And if you have this champion, will you pull her out of your vault or pull her out of the campaign and see if she can actually do something for your account? So as you can see, she is a Spirit Affinity Dark Elf. The model is interesting. She is a Harpy, and if you're going through the campaign, she's actually the boss in stage 6, where you farm that coveted speed gear in the campaign in the Palace of Averia. And I mean, she looks pretty good. I think that they touched up her model a little bit. She doesn't look as dull as she did before. Let's go ahead and take a look at her skills. We're going to take a look at her masteries. I'm going to show you all the gear that I've got her in, and then we're going to take her on a test run and see how well does she do? Can she play? Is she viable? Her skills, her A1, Cauterize, attacks one enemy, has a 70% chance, books up to 100, of placing a heal reduction debuff and a block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. And all 3 of her skills are like that. You just have to get her up to 85% to get her crit capped, which is fantastic. Gives you a lot more room to build the stats into her that help her do some damage. Her A2 is Ancient Curse, attacks one enemy 2 times, ignores 50% of the target's defense, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. Enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived, and damage is based on attack. She is an attack-based champion. And then her A3 is Energy Drain. Attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter by 20%, resets the cooldowns on each of this champion's skills. If any target is killed, has an extra 15% chance of inflicting a critical hit. And it does make a difference with just having the 85% crit cap. That just frees up a lot of room for you to be able to go in, put some extra crit damage in, put some extra attack, get some speed, and that all helps. She also has an aura. Increases ally crit rate in all battles by 19%. If you're early game and if you don't have the gear to get her up to 85% crit rate, you can always run her in the lead of your team. Now, depending on what you're doing, depending on the team that you have access to, you may be better off going with someone that has a speed or an accuracy aura, but you know your account better than what I do. Now, one note about the A1 and the A3. If you want the decreased turn meter, and if you want to land the heal reduction and the block buffs debuff, you have to build her with accuracy. If you just want to build her for damage, you can just ignore this. And I will go over the pros and cons of both of those things here in just a moment. Now, masteries for this champion. I've gone down the offense tree and also the support. I did pick up some accuracy going here into pinpoint accuracy. I also picked up some here in charged focus. I did go in with Swarm Smiter, and then I picked up Lure of Steel, and then I went with Sniper. But the offense tree is going to be where you're really going to shine with this champion. If you go with Deadly Precision, you just need to build her up onto your gear up to 80% crit rate. This mastery will give you 5, and you're golden. That's all that you need to do. I went with Keen Strike, get some extra crit damage. I went down the Whirlwind of Death just to pick up extra speed whenever she kills somebody. Picked up Opportunist, that way she'll do extra damage if an enemy is CC'd, if someone's frozen, if they're feared, if they're asleep. You'll get that extra boost of damage that does come in and does help quite a bit with the damage output that this champion does. I went with Single Out just to get more damage if in case an enemy is less than 40% health. Wrath of the Slain, damage increased by 5% for each dead ally. Now the reason why I did this, typically a lot of times what people will do, they'll go straight down and then they'll come here to Helm Smasher. I opted against that. I decided to come down here into Flawless Execution, and I also picked up Blood Shield, and I picked up Kill Streak just to get some extra damage. Now the reason why I went with Flawless Execution, and again, just test this with your account. Your results may vary depending on what you're trying to do. I wanted the extra 20% crit damage. What Helm Smasher will do, that gives you a 50% chance of ignoring 25% more of the enemy's defense. It depends on you, what is it you're looking for. And I'll go ahead and show you the artifacts I've got in her now. I've got her running in one set of Cruel, so she's ignoring 5% of defense already. And I'm also running her with a defense down champion. A lot of times I'll run her with Lydia. That way you have the defense down and you'll have the weaken. And I'll get an extra 50% attack and also ignore that 5% defense. Unfortunately, with the gear I have available, I've only got her in that one Cruel set. I would like to get her in the more, of course, but that's the gear that I have available as of the time of this recording. So broken sets with one set of Cruel. My motto is stats are always better than sets. I've got her in an attack banner with some speed on there, which is nice. I've got her in a crit damage amulet. I've got her in an attack ring. I've got that nice double roll and attack right there, which is something that you always like to see. Now I do have her in attack boots. This is going to be where you're going to get some options. Depending on how fast you're able to make her go, you may need to take her. You may need to get her going into speed boots. However, if you have attack boots, and if you got some speed on there, and I got lucky, I've got crit damage, crit rate, and speed on this. A nice. I was able to break that 200 speed threshold. I was able to break that 200 speed threshold, which is exactly where I was trying to go. That's a sweet spot in my opinion. And if you're able to break that with the attack boots, please do so. You'll thank me for it. But if you can't, go with speed, because if she's too slow to take a turn, you're not really going to achieve very much. I've got her in a attack chest, crit damage gloves. I've got crit rate on the shield. Got more crit rate, more crit damage, more speed. Also got some more accuracy. And then for the weapon, I went with the 6-star. And as you see, I got more crit rate, more crit damage, and more speed. Total stats that I have on Queen Ava, I've got her at 6,700 attack, 205 speed, 88% crit rate, 283% crit damage, and no accuracy. I don't care if she lands the debuffs or not. I do not care about the turn meter reduction. I don't care about the heal reduction and the block buffs on day one. I don't care. I want her to hit hard. I want her to do damage. I want her to put people into the dirt. I want her to destroy pixels. That is what I want her to do. So I don't have her in a hybrid build. I just have her in a out-and-out cannon build. So, without any further ado, let's go into the arena and let's test her, shall we? Let's see here. What are we going to find? In my testing with her, I have found she does a very, very good job against Ultimate Death Knight teams. But first, though, let's just do a damage test. I'm going to slow this down. I just want to see how hard she hits. Ancient Curse. Keep in mind, this is a 2-hitter. That one hit for 133,000 damage. That was one of 2 hits. So, pretty good. But that's not what we're looking to see. Can we find an Ultimate Death Knight somewhere? Is anyone rocking an Ultimate Death Knight? No Ultimate Death Knight, but this right here could be fun because they're running 2 different revivers on this team. But what I found, though, she does a great job against Ultimate Death Knight. Let's see here. Let's just go ahead and go with this team. We saw what the A2 did for the block block revive hit. Let's just go ahead and test her and see what her A2 does. So or the A3 rather. So let's just go ahead. Just remember energy drain. See how hard does this hit. 150 to 170,000 damage. Yeah. She can play, folks. She can play in the arena, and she has a hard-hitting single target nuke. She also has that block revive. What's really fun about taking her against a Ultimate Death Knight, the way that his passive works, he always takes the first hit. Well, that A2 is a double hitter, so she'll hit him once, kill him, and then if you're going against a team like, say, that has this monkey, she'll kill that too, and a block revive on both of them. We will come back to the arena, see if we are able to find a Ultimate Death Knight team, but first, let's just go ahead and do a damage test. Let's go into a dungeon. Let's go into Dragon 23. You put together a team, I will be right back. Alright, y'all, so we are in Dragon 23. We are just going to do a quick little damage test. I just want to see how hard that Queen Ava hits versus Alika. So let's just go ahead and get the decreased defense and weaken down. Let's slow this down. Okay, let's do the single hitter first. So we've got attack up, we've got defense down, and we've got weaken over here. So we're going to use Alika. This is her A2. And for those of you who are new to the channel, Alika is my primary nuker I use for most of my content. So let's see here. She is going to come in 224,000 damage with her A2. Not too shabby at all. So now we are going to go ahead and we are going to use Queen Ava's A2, Ancient Curse. Let's go ahead and go against this dude right here. Very comparable, about 240,000 give or take. Just go ahead and lock that one's skills. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to test the AoE hit. So here's Alika's AoE. $75,000 to $100,000. Not bad at all. Now let's go ahead and try Queen Ava. This is her energy drain. 134, 135. So hit a little bit harder than Alika's did. Let's go ahead and we're going to test the A1s on the next wave. Just go ahead and speed through here. Alika's so good. For an epic, she is a god tier champion. Let's just go ahead and defense down and weaken. Now again, we're going to do the A1. Just got the one proc that time, 72,000. They shouldn't have the attack up. She went before Duchess did. So we are going to let Alika go again. So let's just go ahead and do Carterize. Let's go ahead and hit this one right here. 112k with the A1. Very respectable. I'm going to do the A1 again. Let's see here. It's this Arbalaster. There we go. 300,000 damage from that epic. Just, Alika's disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, she is just an absolute freaking monster. So very comparable. Just go ahead and do this. Ancient Curse. There we go. Call it 300,000. Queen Ava is not trash anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Slow that one down a little bit. Let's see here. Single hitter again for Alika. Kaboom! 193k. We're not going to use those skills. We're just going to go ahead and just slap one more time. We're going to go ahead and go in with Energy Drain. Now this will reset all of her skills if she kills someone. And about 80,000 right there, so not bad at all. We're just going to just go ahead and just... I'm just going to cycle through, going to end this fight. And we'll go ahead and see who did how much damage. It's going to be interesting though, but I think that Alika is probably going to pull it out. But I mean, compared to where Queen Ava was, as a night-day difference, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, and I'm going to speed up the run, and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, and we are back. Let's go ahead and compare damage. Alika came in at 2.6 million damage. Queen Ava came in at 1.8 million. Alika is running a bit faster, so that definitely helps. Alika, she also has a 6-star True Soul on her, so it's not totally even. But compared to where Queen Ava used to be to where she is now, it's a night and day difference. If you have Ava, she can do some work for you. She can bust some heads, and Alika is just a god. I mean, what can I say? She's just a monster. Okay, let's go ahead and now let's go into Ice Golem. Ice Golem is going to be where a lot of people are going to be running her because she has that block revive, and the Ice Golem has the minions. So I'm going to put together a accessible team, and I will be right back. Okay, y'all, so we are back here. We are at Ice Golem 20. We've got ourselves a very accessible team here. We've got Venomage in the lead. We've got Dark Elaine, who is a daily login reward. We've got an old school epic Tayrail. We got Skyle of the Drakes, who is also a daily login reward. And we have Queen Ava. Actually, I'm going to change this up because I want to have an attack up. So let's just go ahead and go in with Arbiter. Arbiter is a champion that everyone is able to get by completing your missions. So Arbiter is going to give us our attack up. So let's just go ahead and go in, and I'm going to go away. I'm going to go on full, I'm going to go on auto, and y'all going to see how this run goes. I will be back when it is over. And there we have it. We got the block revive on one of the ads. The run was never in any kind of jeopardy. We had Skyle there with their passive healing. We had Arbiter there healing, boosting turn meter. We had attack down from Tayrail. Very accessible team and very respectable damage all the way around. Dark Elaine came in at 1.6 million. Ava came in at 1.9. Let's take a look here. That is pure garbage. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Ava can play anywhere that the affinity matchup is correct. So you don't want to take her against a bunch of Magic Affinity champions. But if you're going against other Spirit champions, or going against no Void, or going against Force, she's going to do some work. She's going to do a crap ton of damage. Go ahead and collect this. Let's go ahead and take a look in the arena one more time. I would love to find a matchup. Let's go and get this freebie. Let's go and get this free win, shall we? Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get the free win. I want to find a Ultimate Death Knight so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward thing. There we go. There's an Ultimate Death Knight. This right here will work. This right here will work. So let's go into the battle. Hopefully he's not wearing Stone Skin. If he's wearing Stone Skin, this could be a problem. Okay, so he's not wearing Stone Skin, but the Stone Lord is. So let's go ahead and slow everybody down. Let's go get defense down and weaken. So won't be able to kill him right off because he's got that Stone Skin buff. But here's what we're going to do. This champion over here on the far left, Ultimate Death Knight's passive, the way that it works, he always takes the first hit. So watch this. Ancient Curse kills them both, blocks the revive on both of them. Now we just got to deal with this guy with his Stone Skin, which is frankly annoying as hell, but no, hey, what can you do, right? It is what it is. But the best part is their Reser, their Skyle cannot res anybody. So now we just got to just beat our way through the Stone Skin or steal it if we can. But I will not make y'all watch the whole fight. But basically what I was trying to show y'all was what we just looked at there. She was able to go in, she one-shot Ultimate Death Knight and the actual target of the nuke with the same hit. The monkey, I can't think of his name right now. You see him a lot in the arena right now. annoying as hell because his passive just keeps reviving him or whoever else is dead on his team every turn. She fixes that problem. And a lot of times Ultimate Death Knight will be there to protect him, and just says not today. Alright y'all, so final thoughts on Queen Ava. If you have her, if you just been using her as a campaign farmer, or if you have been leaving her in the vault, if you need a Spirit Affinity nuker, dust her off. She's got that block revive. She's doing a lot of damage. She's hitting hard. Plarium has finally, after 4 years, given Queen Ava a much deserved and much needed buff. I like her. I'm really high on this champion right now. I've been playing with her all day and very, very impressed. For those of you who are on Rumble, y'all saw me kind of playing with her yesterday on last night's live stream, kind of building her and testing her and stuff. Very impressed with her kit. She does a lot of work, and well done, Plarium. Let's see if you can buff some more old school champions that need some love. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, once again, if you like this content, if you like what you saw, click that like button, click that follow button, click that subscribe button over on YouTube. Costs you absolutely nothing, and it really helps this channel grow. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions at all, please leave a comment, and I will see y'all on the next video.